So we're moving on to Dr. Mrs. Jane Ogbah, and she will be taking us on the communication styles, communication barriers, and conflict resolution. Dr. Jane Ogbah is a counseling psychologist and relationship therapist with over a decade of experience supporting individuals, couples, and families in achieving healthier relationships and emotional well-being. She's passionate about helping people build strong, fulfilling relationships and successful marriages through evidence-based counseling, psychoeducation, and practical relationship skills. Her work focuses on communication, emotional healing, conflict resolution, personal growth, and fostering healthy interpersonal connections. Through her counseling practice, public speaking engagements, and educational content, Dr. Jane is committed to equipping individuals and couples with the tools needed to navigate relationship challenges and build lasting, meaningful connections. It is my deep pleasure to welcome aboard Dr. Mrs. Jane Ogbah. Dr. Mrs. Jane, please, over to you.
Okay. Good evening, everybody.
Evening, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. We can hear you very well.
Beautiful.
Doctor.
Thank you so much. Yeah, the chairman, APROCON, keynote presenter, my mommy, Professor Alutu, all the professors in the house. I see quite a number of them. All members of APROCON, Edo State especially, and ladies and gentlemen, I am so delighted to be with us today. Okay, are you able to see my slides? Okay, so I'd like to appreciate, so sorry about that. I'm not even sure what is going on right now, but it's okay, we'll just go right into the topic of discussion. I'm so grateful Ide Mommy Alutu has done a lot of background work, and yes, that actually helps a lot because I don't have to go much into that. But then today we're looking at communication styles, communication barriers, and then conflict resolution. And this is something that every relationship needs. No relationship can survive without this major aspects of it. So when people come together, it's usually because somebody started a communication, somebody started talking to the other person, and a lot of times that is also how you know the relationship is dying. So you know a relationship is dying when somehow communication stops or the quality of communication drops. And so you can have a couple coming into marriage with different communication styles, and it begins to stress their relationship. So today we are looking at what communication is, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time trying to define what it is because I know we all have a general idea of what it is. So communication is not just about speaking, actually. It's about sharing meaning, making meaning of what we are sharing. So usually, communication is described as the lifeblood of a healthy relationship. So just as the human body cannot survive without blood circulation, a marriage too cannot thrive without meaningful communication. So just think about it. In a relationship, we need our spouses to appreciate us. We need them to support us. We need to be able to resolve misunderstandings. We need to be able to build trust. Now, all of these things are only achieved through communication. Now, in communicating, there are actually different types of communication, and we actually all make use of it while maintaining a relationship. We have the verbal communication that includes the words we use during conversation, discussions, phone calls, or other spoken interactions. We have the nonverbal communication that has to do with facial expressions, the tone of our voice, eye contact, body postures. Of course, there is a way somebody sounds. You know, this person is not okay with me. There's a way somebody sits or, you know, places his or her body or gesticulates, and you know, no, this thing, there's something going on with this person. You know, for example, you can have a husband ask his wife, "Are you okay?" And she says, "I'm fine." Now, the words itself suggest everything is okay, but then she may have her hands folded she's not making eye contact, and maybe her tone is very cold, that would naturally tell the husband that things are not okay. Okay. Now, before we go on, it's important for us to know that when your spouse or your future spouse communicates with you, do you think they understand you? Do they feel valued? Do they feel emotionally safe? Or do they feel judged, dismissed, or misunderstood? Because at the heart of every healthy marriage is something that is not so perfect, communication that is not so perfect. So we'll quickly look at communication styles. Communication is not just about what we say, it's also about how we say what we say. Now, every conversation is not just about information. Sometimes it communicates our attitude, our emotions, a level of respect to the person we are speaking with, and how safe the other person feels with us. Your communication style doesn't just express your thoughts, it actually shapes your partner's emotional experience. So for everybody, because we all grew up in different backgrounds, we have different personalities, we have different experiences, we have somehow developed a way of communicating, the way we communicate generally. And so generally, we are able to classify these communication styles into 4.